Good YouTube, it's your boy Big Mikey Rose, back again once again with another video. Classic. Today I want to talk about, just the state of, the NBA, the NCAA brackets, break down some everything. Now, first of all, let's talk about NWA. Niggas with attitude. I mean the NBA. Now, right now in NBA, the Warriors got their 1 game lead on the Spurs. They beat Philly last night. Steph Curry did his thing. Clay did his thing. Draymond showed up as usual. Dub Nation, you know how we do. But for the most part, I just kind of want to talk about how LaMarcus Aldridge was able to battle back and get back on the court. Shout out to LaMarcus Aldridge. We wanted you to get well soon, and we want to beat y'all Spurs when y'all at full strength. Even though I believe in the conspiracy of the Spurs not going to play the Warriors in the playoffs. They're going to play Houston or they're going to play the Clippers and they're going to lose to them. So we ain't even got to worry about the Spurs. 2 seed, see you. But, Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge back on the floor. Kevin Love back. J.R. Smith, the Henny Pipe guy, he back. You know what I'm saying? My thing is with the Cavs, they don't play no defense. So if you're telling me Cavs Warriors in the shootout, who's stopping Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant can score every time. LeBron can score every time. Kyrie is a streaky scorer. However, he is clutch. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, I feel like they'll do enough. I don't trust nobody in Cleveland, though. Them acquisitions is non-factors. You had to put Larry Sanders in the D-League because he wasn't ready. Darren Williams, he's just a shell of who he thought he was. Derek Williams, I like Derek Williams, number 2 pick. I always follow the drafts and the kids in college. Around now, this is my favorite time because I love the NCAA tournament. And truthfully, man, I think the not the NWA, I keep saying that. I don't know why I feel like a nigga with attitude, but, the NBA, I feel like they should incorporate some form of that. In they playoffs, I think if you invite, 11 teams for each conference, 11 teams. And basically, the top 5 teams who fighting for the lottery pick, those are the teams who don't make the playoffs, basically, every year. Make it like that. If you don't make the playoffs and you a bottom seed, you don't get a top 5 pick. However, if you fall out of the playoffs and it's 22 teams out of 30-some teams to pick from, you just booty, you garbage. But I feel like it should be like a best out of 3 tournament. And, I think it should install some type of way where a lower seed team, if getting hot, like, if they can get hot, they could upset a better team. Now, we all know Golden State not going to lose to Denver or, the Spurs shouldn't lose to OKC or, whatever those matchups is. Cleveland shouldn't lose to Detroit or whoever they play in the AC. And, I feel like if you incorporated a system like that, you would give those teams a chance. Who's to say Detroit couldn't win 2 games in Cleveland and they're struggling and it's an upset? I think that would increase parity. And even though you have super teams, say for instance the super team not clicking or somebody get hurt in the series, that could cost them a run at the championship because it's only a best out of 3 series or best out of 5 or however you want to put it. Now, NCAA tournament. Now, with the NCAA tournament, I look at it like, Villanova is the champions from last year, and they got all their players back. Veteran team. North Carolina is a veteran team. Duke, highly talented. UCLA, Lonzo Ball, highly talented. Florida State, Jonathan Isaac, Dwayne Bacon, highly talented team. Um, Rhode Island, first playoff appearance since 1999. Shout out to them. I do watch some TYT sports, so shout out to Rhode Island making the NCAA tournament. Syracuse on the nine. I'm sorry, but I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and I feel like we need 2 teams in. That time Izzo, You got Tom Izzo in the tournament. Every year he pulls out a player. We got Miles Bridges. So Miles Bridges could be a player to make a run in the tournament. It has been teams or players on teams like UConn with Kimball Walker in the past, where Gordon Hayward with Butler, where those teams, or not even the team, just that player took over the tournament. So I like to see that, in Alonzo Ball situation because, I'm Team LeVar. I feel like what LeVar is doing as a black father in today's society where fathers aren't really present in black men like myself life, you know, um, we need guidance. And LeVar was there to give his sons guidance to help them through those teenage years. We're all looking for them to be rebellious and tell their dad to shut up when, they respect their dad. Their dad spent time with them to grow them as men, and they know their father enough to know that he's just pushing them to be greater than what they are. So me personally, on Team LeVar, I want UCLA to win the tournament. But to be honest, every year it boils down to like the best. Those lottery players. The top 10, Markel Fultz, Dennis Smith, and it's a couple other guys that's not really in the tournament. So you gotta look out for Josh Jackson, Frank Mason, Kansas. You gotta look out for Miles Bridges. He's a top 10 pick, lottery pick. You got to look out for De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk. Please don't forget Kentucky. They're there every year. Calipari, he's top-notch recruiter. You got to look out for Duke with Grayson Allen, Jason Tatum, Harry Giles. They have a deep squad. You got to look out for Villanova, Josh Hart. You got to look out for North Carolina with that. Villanova and North Carolina are veteran teams. So you have to watch out for those veteran teams because composure. This tournament is one and done, so it's all about composure. And for me, I picked my team to win. The most composed team, I think it's going to boil down to Villanova on the East. And, you know, I'm really looking at either Kentucky or if it's in North Carolina, I say this conspiracy theory right here. If it's Villanova in North Carolina again, you can almost bet on Golden State Cavs finals. But if Lonzo Ball does it, that lets you know I think James Harden might do an upset. So I'm going UCLA or North Carolina to win the tournament. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at _King Rose. Follow me on Twitter at King Rose. I'm highly active. Follow me on Facebook at Terrence Rose. Like, comment, subscribe. That's my daughter Fallon. Hi and bye.